All right, let's get started. Welcome to the playback. Anyone watching on the replay, for anyone coming in, welcome. Today, I just want to talk about my experience at Hive Life. I just got home a couple hours ago. I'm completely exhausted, even though I didn't even drive. I was just a passenger. Me and my buddy went down. He did all the driving. Jason, thanks again, Jason. Uh, but man, even just being a passenger has me totally, totally beat. Um, so where do we get started? The Hive Life Conference. Overall, I think it was great. It was put together really well. I think um, it just was very smooth to me. To get in was very smooth. There was a lot of room to get around. Oh, welcome to my new little mustache. It's probably going to be gone today. Um, the vendors were all there was just a ton of vendors, really cool stuff. Unfortunately, I didn't really need that much stuff, so I didn't really buy a whole ton of stuff. I did get a couple hive bodies. Um, and the other cool thing was they gave you some swag when you came in. They gave you a little bag with some stuff in it. They gave you a beekeeping frame, with the foundation. It was nice. It was nice to just get something. And then at the end, they had so many frames left. Everybody was taking whole bands of frames, and I grabbed a band myself. And like a whole ton of people had bands of brand new, well put together frames. So I got me a nice little bundle of those. Um, there was good things. There were some things that weren't great, but it wasn't really the fault of Hive Life. Like the hotel there, that hotel was pretty bad. But that's not any fault of the Hive Life. The people who put that together. They had lunch there 2 days. Both days, the lunch was really good. Let me see. In the one hall B, the audio was kind of weird depending where you were sitting. So that was like a little annoying, but the other hall was really good. Um, Man, there was just so many cool things about it. I got to meet some really nice people. They say don't meet your heroes, and I was afraid. I was afraid of that. Um, because kind of like my biggest hero there was going to be obviously Randy from 628 Dirt Rooster, and I kind of like avoided him a little bit at first because people were just flocking to him all the time, and I didn't want to be one of those like annoying fanboys coming up and sticking my phone in his face all the time, or just constantly taking pictures. But he seemed to be just taking it in stride and just totally smiling with everybody. I could have never done that. I was just joking with him a little bit. I said, that's what you get for being such a big beekeeper, big YouTube star. And we talked for a little bit, and he was just the nicest dude ever. Grabbed my hand, shook my hand. His whole hand totally like covered up my whole hand. It was like he was just grabbing a toothpick. And he was just nice as hell. Just a heck of a nice guy. I got to see Mr. Ed, but I didn't talk to him because again, he was just getting swarmed a lot. But him and Frederick Dunn and Randy did kind of a sit and chat at one point. That was hilarious. That was really good. Fred Dunn was great. Who else? There were some talks, for a treatment-free beekeeper. I knew what I was expecting when I got there, so there was really nothing. I can't complain about it. I knew what it was going to be like. If you're a conventional beekeeper, you're gonna love it there. Like you just freaking love it. And I still liked it, even though a lot of the talks weren't really geared for me. But that's just how it is. So I really have no complaints. I mean, it was a long drive. Yeah, the hotel wasn't that great, but really, there's nothing to complain about. I'm trying to think of any other highlights. Let me see. Yeah, just the deals were crazy. If you came there and you needed equipment, you could really pile up on some stuff. If you needed extractors or good deals on woodenware, stuff like that, you were going to get it for a good deal. So you could totally make your money back easily by saving your money, by the discounts. And then, especially if you drove, then you don't have to worry about shipping. So that was good. There were some good restaurants nearby. Had some really good burgers and some seafood. That was great. I got to meet a couple people that, they actually, I didn't expect anybody to recognize me really. Had just a couple people that recognized me and were really nice about it. It kind of like makes you feel weird because you're not really anybody. Well, I'm not anybody on here, but that was nice. I mean, nobody was rude to me or in any way, shape, or form at all. I was just chatting about bees a lot with several people. I really kind of just stayed back a little bit. I didn't want to get in any of the big timers' faces and everything. And I kind of saw the whole thing really on the first day. So I pretty much was just walking around, just walking around, seeing if there's anybody new that showed up. And it was just great. I mean, the one thing that maybe they could work on for other people, not really for me, but on the first day for people who were turning in their honey for the honey show, that line was really long and it moved really slow. So I didn't even turn honey in on the first day. I waited till the second day and there was nobody in line. I just stepped right up to the chair and put my honey down and turned it in. So it was great. I didn't win, of course. There were so many entries. Yeah, I'm pretty worn out. I'm still kind of just buzzing a little bit. So the speakers. Let me see if I can remember the speakers. I don't even remember many of their names. I didn't see Bob Binney. I mean, I saw Bob Binney walking around. I saw just everybody, all the famous kind of beekeeper famous people. I saw Yappy. I got to talk with Troy Hall for maybe an hour. We were just sitting there, just shooting the breeze. Who else did I talk to for a while? There were actually quite a few non-treating beekeepers there, and they didn't really have any complaints. They weren't really interested in all the treatment talk. It was really, really heavy in treating talk everywhere. And even if you're just walking around and kind of looking at products from people, looking at the little stuff they have, almost everybody talking around you was just talking about treatments and mites and stuff. The bee-man saw me walking around like a lost soul. The bee-man should have came up and had a word with me. It would have been fine with me. I did have, some, anybody who follows this channel knows that I had some I don't know, threats or promises of some people, some beekeepers were gonna talk to me in some sort of way. None of them did that. They absolutely did not do that. They cowered. They walked by quietly, looked me right in the face, and walked by very quietly, like I expected them to. I walked by quietly because I really wasn't. I'm an adult. I don't look for trouble ever. I'm just not looking for trouble. But whatever happens. Nothing happened. No one, when confronted with me right there, said a single word. So it's not a big deal. I don't even know what that means. But I'm gonna get to my haters in a minute. I just wanted to kind of, give some positive words about my experience because it was good. I don't know if I would go back to that one. Maybe if they had some better speakers. The one guy who talked about sustainable beekeeping, supposedly he was talking about sustainable beekeeping. He kind of just gave a whole biography of his life. It turned really religious many times, and it was kind of not that great. But the other ones were good. There were some good ones. I didn't watch Ian Stepler really either. Oh, maybe I did. A little bit of Ian Stepler. I can only really listen to so much of Ian Stepler. But everybody was loving hanging out with him. I don't know. It was a good time for everybody, really. I really don't know anybody who looked like they were having a bad time. I wasn't having a bad time. I know that I have kind of like a boring face. I'm not always smiling all the time. So maybe somebody might have thought I was like upset or sad or something like that, but I really wasn't. I really wasn't. It's just overwhelming. Like all the bee stuff, seeing all the people. It's kind of overwhelming when you're just like, when you live kind of a really quiet life without too many people around, then all of a sudden there's like 1,000 people. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'll entertain my trolls. I always do. The B man is a coward with no face, no channel, no content. But you can tell me what I'm lying about. It's fine. I really don't know. What did I lie about? You think that I had a terrible time? I didn't have a terrible time. I had a good time. Let me think. I'm just thinking. I didn't like make notes or anything. I just wanted to briefly talk about just my experience. I look sad because I have no friends. Yeah, I'll get to that. I'll get to that in a minute. No, I do have friends. I had several friends there, but the thing is, for me, I don't know. I did see a video where someone was kind of. They thought it was funny or something that I wasn't walking around arm in arm with people. I guess the whole time. If you look at all the Hive Life videos, you'll notice that probably 80% of the people walking around are just individuals walking around. So, there were plenty of couples there, married people. Maybe they were together with people. There wasn't too many people just kind of hooked together walking around. So I did walk around most of the time just solo. That's how I kind of do everything. I don't know how many friends I was gonna have, many states away from all over the country. Yeah, I don't know. Especially since a lot of my audience is beekeepers who don't treat. They wouldn't be interested in Hive Life. So would I go back? Like I said, they need, some different speakers because I wouldn't be too interested in some of the same people. But once again, there was nothing wrong with it. It was still good. I was totally expecting that. So I wasn't let down at all. It was good. How you doing, Tom Lindeman? How you doing? And there were several people from my area. I was kind of shocked to see. Yeah, like Bobby B says. Bobby B by himself, not up in your face people person. Yeah, that's weird. That's weird to be just like to put on this kind of fake, overly happy, cool guy attitude. Like I wasn't going live asking where people are going to eat, where are you going to breakfast. Everybody, tell me where you're going because I'm trying to get with the cool people. I wasn't doing that. I knew where I was going. I definitely didn't have to constantly try to find people that are, just stick the camera in their face. You're all going to be on YouTube. Let me get your consent. It's silly. I actually didn't stick my camera or my phone in anybody's face. I just wanted to experience it myself. You can look at my Facebook or my community tab. You don't see me hugging up on everybody, taking their picture, trying to have some of their, whatever, some of their clout rub off on me. Look at me standing here with so and so. I didn't do that. I think it's really tacky, but no hate to people who do that. I just don't do it. I'm a grown up. Please don't go back. I'm sure you weren't there. I think you need to change your heart, get right with Jesus. Yeah, that's my dad's name. So my dad's pretty cool with me. So shit, while we're here, 15 minutes in, if anybody who wasn't there kind of wanted to know anything about it, you can ask me. I might know. I don't know everything. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with posing for a picture with somebody you look up to. It's cool. Man, there was just so many people doing it. I just kind of felt bad. Like, some of these people just look exhausted. They could never get a breath of air. But, that's the price, like I was saying to Randy. And yeah, Hickory Hives, that's my buddy who did all the driving. And I think we had a good time. Rodney Middleton, what's up? How you doing? Just talking about Hive Life a little bit, saying what a good time it was. It wasn't geared for beekeepers like me, of course. The speakers weren't, but that's not their problem. I can't have it my way everywhere I go. But it was good because of the the equipment deals, and just the overall vibe of the thing was really good. The honey competition was a really good experience. I learned a lot from that, and I want to get more into just showing honey. Like, here's the bottle I had. You can't really see it probably, but if you look really close, it's kind of cloudy, so I would have had to filter it several more times and let it settle before it would even be considered. That would have just been thrown out because that's no good. I felt bad because nobody wanted my picture. Well, in fact, some people did take my picture, but that's neither here nor there. Let's see. Everyone just being themselves and having a good time. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the overpriced beer. Okay. But that's also not Cayman Reynolds' fault or anybody. But let's say you like to have a beer here and there. Oh my goodness. At least at that hotel, that Wilderness Hotel. Wow, that was really expensive. Like $7.25 for just a little draft beer. It was crazy. And my buddy who was drinking, like vodka and Sprite or whatever it was like $10 for a little tiny cup. It was really, really bad. So anyway, a little bird told me that there was a hysterical live that went on today where, unlike this guy, I say names because I ain't really scared of nobody. Not really worried about anybody. Well, here, first let me tell you this. I was prepared to talk about Hive Life and never bring up anyone's name in a negative way because I really just didn't have any reason to. I could have called out a bunch of people, but I didn't. Wasn't planning to. Then I saw this live earlier by Bob Walker over at that just total scam con artist channel, Walker B Ranch. And I'm going to share it with you guys. It has some really interesting, it's an interesting way to be the lighthouse. Let's just say that. It's not very be the lighthouse of Bob and his clown car of fans for what he said and what his fans, his little fanboys and girls, mostly fanboys, were saying. I mean, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't take any courage to puff up and say dumb shit on the way home from something. Like, I was right there. If there was anything to say, it could have been said to me. I really had no interest in talk. I never had any interest in talking to Bob Walker. I talked to Lee, who I've always thought was just a totally normal, guy. He's just mixed up with just a messed up group, I guess. He was totally personable, polite, and nice. And it was a pleasure meeting Lee. But yeah, I had no interest in talking to Bob. Let me see. Oh, so then also I got to talk to Ricky Rourke and his wife, and they were like the nicest people ever. Talked to them for quite a while. His equipment is just insanely nice. It's a total deal for the work he puts into it. I forgot to mention that. So that was another really cool person that I got to meet. But let's enjoy this Be the Lighthouse live stream that happened a little earlier. I'll be stopping it off. Let me add this here. Are you guys ready?
It was just awesome. We we had an amazing time. I'll be hard pressed anybody that didn't have an amazing time there. Maybe one guy lonely walking around the show. And I'm not calling any YouTuber names. He seemed pretty lonely. He was never with anybody, sitting off by himself. And, maybe it was his own fault, but, that's kind of what happened for him.
So as I said, I don't know why this dude was watching me so closely. It might not even, at first I wasn't sure he was even talking about me. I was like, who's he talking about? He can't be talking about me. As you get further, it'll become really clear because some clown from Minnesota brings up, is it the treatment-free guy? And then this complete asshat confirms that he's talking about the treatment-free guy, which is always comical to me because there are several very big treatment-free guys, way bigger than me, who tower over people like him and me, and he would never clown them as being the treatment-free guy. But I don't even need to enlarge him. I'll just play it because you just hear his voice. Let me just quickly see what DC says. See you, Bruce. Have a good day. I was on the live. Didn't like when Bob does it, and my feelings are the same here. All right. Have a good night. Take care. He didn't mention my name. The only reason he doesn't mention my name is because he's fearful that by saying Swarmstead Bees and Gardening, that his clan over there is going to quickly look up my channel and then come over here and see that I have actual content and might possibly subscribe to my channel. That's why. He's afraid of losing anybody. I don't have any fear of that. But I'm going to play a little more. Just remember, be the lighthouse, everybody.
For that one guy. I feel sad for him. But you can't say who it was.
So Bob's poor wife, who I feel so sorry for, who is a victim of Bob driving while going live and looking down at the screen. Look at his face. Look where he's looking. He's looking at the screen and reading every comment while driving down the highway, while his poor wife is sitting there. He's risking her life. I mean, who cares if he risks his own life, but he's risking his wife's life driving down the road and going live. I would never let anybody go live with me in the passenger seat. I just asked to get out. It's disgusting. It's a bad example. He's a bad person. It gets worse, though.
But guys, yeah, I just wanted to check in. 17 people on the ride home with us, and just want to let you know we love you guys. We appreciate you. Thanks for everybody that stopped by and hung out with us and shared a few minutes of their life with us. Brad probably saw him too.
Yes, I think I remember Brad, the clown from what's his terrible channel called? Something with a K. Oh, now I forget. Brad, I'm sure anybody watching from over there in that clan will know who it is. I didn't even know that goofball was there, but he said something in the comments about, yeah, I saw him walk by looking all sad and mopey. I really wasn't sad. I was just neutral. I mean, I'm not boiling over with happiness. I definitely had nothing to be sad about. I have everything great going on in my life. There's nothing to be sad about. I have a great life. I took some time off work to go see this thing. I was enjoying myself. I'm just not a boisterous person. That's all it is. So I don't know what the hell he's talking about. I got to think of what that clown's channel is named.
That's so sad.
Yeah, nobody swarmed on. I'm really surprised he didn't. He went there, empty-handed. I'm surprised he didn't carry an ass whooping home with him.
Oh.
Okay, so that was really be the lighthouse of Bob there. This is very tough talk for somebody on their way home from something. If you guys notice, I never said anything on my little live. I haven't even mentioned this absolute imposter clown in so long. But to say that he thought I was going to get my ass whipped at Hive Life, man, that's rich. That's rich. I mean, I don't know who in his camp was going to hand that to me. Like, I was there. All he had to do was say something. I mean, a lot of these dudes are huge. Like, they're fucking tree trunks. None of them had anything to say to me. I was right there in the wide open. Anybody could have said anything, but see, Bob got there on a free ticket that I guess Lee, felt sorry and gave it to him. He obviously didn't pay his way. Lee's too nice of a guy to say to Bob, hey, you owe me that money for this ticket. So I can see that Bob, he got it for free. He was kind of working. I don't know who he was working for. I don't know if it was Apis Biologics or whatever, but he was put to work. He wasn't really walking around that much. But yeah, he's there on a free ticket. Saying I was going to get my ass whipped, I mean, or he thought I should have got my ass whipped, or he expected me to get my ass whipped. It obviously didn't happen. Yeah, his problem, he's just a clown. Is he insecure? Yeah, I mean, look at him. I would be too. But this is how they be the lighthouse over there. Selling his fake swarm lure. He probably didn't sell any.
But, as far as I know, I didn't see any bruising or abrasions on him. So, so I guess he's okay going back home.
Yeah, I was okay going back home. I'm okay now. I was okay then. I was okay there. I was wide out in the open. I was outside. I was everywhere. Anybody could have called me anywhere they wanted to. They didn't. They're just talkers. They're talking on the way home. His poor wife sitting there. He's risking her life. I don't know if he has kids in the back seat or whatever. He probably didn't pay for her to get in. She probably had to sit in the hotel room all weekend. It's just sad. This is a sad, disgusting person. Yeah, they missed me and Steve walking around talking. Steve's one of my buddies from here too. Yeah, he said I had no friends. I don't know if you saw the part where he expected me to leave with an ass whipping. I've never heard something like that on B YouTube in any way. I have never uttered words of violence towards any beekeeper or anyone on YouTube. I never said I'm gonna fight anybody or somebody should get beat up. This is a really new low. I'm not saying that it's unexpected, but it's a new low. So Bob here is digging under the bar, which is on the ground. That's a new low. Brian Gutzweiler. Don't worry about negative energy and people trying to put others down. I'm happy you enjoyed the conference. Hope to see you next year. All right, Brian, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate your suggestion. I kind of have fun with this, so that's all. I'm definitely not worrying about it. I wasn't worried about this guy there. I wouldn't be worried about him anywhere. I wasn't worried about any of his friends. Yeah, this is just kind of fun for me. I wanted to save this live stream of his, these clips, for perpetuity. So no matter what happens, it's always going to be on my channel. I'm always going to have the evidence of this absolute scumbag saying these things. So anybody can see it. I'm going to tag every big creator I know in this video when I'm done too.
So now we'll get the honey Chinese. They're talking about Chinese. Hey, Mike, there's people just coming in. Let me see. Yep, see, I hit the screen.
Yeah, why don't you pay attention to fucking driving? Clown.
When he walked by lonely. Yeah, he was by himself the whole time.
Wow. So the only way he would know that I was quote unquote by myself the whole time is if he was watching me the entire time. What kind of loser watches me the entire time at a bee conference? Well, he didn't pay to get in anyway, so it's all free for him. But if I would have paid money, I would not be ogling somebody that I dislike the entire conference. That's sad. Let me see what this total asshole has to say. That's weird. A scumbag. Let me see. Bobby's B. Everybody's gonna have disagreements. You move on like an adult. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get it. I get it. I mean, I moved on. I'm home. But this is fun for me. Please don't think that this is like an effort to me. Like this is making me feel bad or something like that. This is when somebody this despicable who risks his wife's life driving while going live. If somebody like this dislikes me, then I'm winning. I'm winning right now. I'm not sure what he said. Something about Chinese. So who knows? I don't know. I don't know if he thinks I'm Chinese or something. Play a little more. I'm not sure when this stupidity ends.
Didn't see him talking to anybody. It was sad. It was sad.
Maybe it'll change him.
2,000 people there and no friends.
Wow, I think he's drunk while he's driving. It looks like he's drinking a beer. So I was thinking, like, what if I really was sad, though? I wasn't sad, but let's say I actually was sad. I had something really bad going in my life, going on in my life, and I was actually sad. Is this being the lighthouse? Is this how you're supposed to talk to somebody? I know that if I saw somebody who looked really sad, I might ask them, is everything okay? Because my buddy Jason, we were even joking around. I was telling him, like, this is hilarious because I don't keep a smiley face all the time. And Jason was like, yeah, I know. That's why I would say to you, are you okay? And I would be like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm just like in my zone. That's all it is. Definitely not sad. But if I was sad, I would hate to have like somebody like this. Like, I don't know what kind of father he is or what kind of husband, but he's a very terrible person who drives while he's going live and risks his family's life. He laughs at people that he thinks are sad, even though I was never sad. I was literally never sad at this thing. Move on with my life. I will. Once I'm done with this video, I have a few days off coming up, so I'm going to move on. I'm going to get back to B stuff. Yeah, so he went there to watch me. Yeah, he almost didn't go. Luckily, he got a free ticket, so I guess I was amusing to him. I was entertaining. So I'm just going to play a little more. It looks like he's in the middle of drinking a beer while he's driving. Who knows? Looks like a tall boy.
Change him.
Maybe
Could be a monster. I don't know.
heart up. We can hope.
Hold on. What?
He was.
Maybe it'll change him.
2,000 people there and no friends.
Maybe it'll change him.
Maybe it'll soften his heart up.
He said maybe it'll soften my heart up. And his wife is like egging him on. They're just like two peas in a dickhead pod is what it sounds like. I don't really need to be changed. I think I'm a pretty good person. I don't agree with everybody, but this kind of laughing at people. You really can't make this stuff up. Really, all you do is make fun of people on their channel. I don't make fun of people unless they're just really doing something stupid. I don't know what world the B-Man lives in, but I'm kind of the mind that people did really soften up really bad recently, the past few years. You just can't say anything. You have to constantly hug everybody's nuts. And I don't do that, but, you know, you can actually just get the fuck off my live stream and everything will be good. You didn't see that? Well, I appreciate that. You don't want to stick up for me over in his live stream. He's a slime ball. He'll just, who knows? They'll probably just start on you next. But let's play a little bit more. I guess he's not done with me. He wastes a lot of time talking about me.
We can hope. He was happy as a beekeeper that just had a hive abscond.
Oh, okay. So I remember that was Drya Cut or whoever, another absolute clown. total know nothing when it comes to beekeeping. He said something like, I was as happy as a beekeeper whose bees just absconded. And then he burst out into laughter. Man, he just keeps going like lower and lower. It's hysterical. I'm trying to think, like, how would that be funny? I don't know. I guess just weird clown humor. Yeah, dry cut's another one. Clown.
Oh my God! Just think he's going to have to spend 5 billion Canadian to replace that.
Oh, God.
Wait for it, Mike.
Why is your money all the same color?
Man, I'm gonna have to watch this when I get back just to catch all these things up. Yeah, he was a treatment-free guy. Yeah, he was a treatment-free guy. He probably stocked up on his Apivar and his oxalic acid and all.
That's so lame. I stocked up on Apivar. I don't even have to respond to that. Yeah, I've never treated bees, never will. Yeah, his references are strange. And at first I felt sorry for his wife because he's risking his wife's life by driving while going live and looking down the screen for prolonged periods of time. Anybody who drives knows how quickly the conditions can change in front of them. But this total asshat drives while going live, risking his wife. At first I felt sorry for her, but she sounds like she's basically just him.
Yeah, and it was great to meet you too, man. Thanks for spending a few minutes out of your life with us. And I'm 84 miles from home, guys. I'm not far. We're just killing time and enjoying the scenery. Hey, and spending more time with my 20 of my best friends now on YouTube. And I hang out. These are real people, but you know what I mean, face-to-face people.
His own wife.
Yeah,
Oh, joking.
I definitely hang out with you guys more than I hang out with my wife. You're more fun. Oh.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's probably it, but yeah, that's cringy. That is some cringe core right there. Poor lady, like, could be in an accident anytime, and this clown's driving around. Maybe if he did get in an accident, he'd probably post something like he needs his prayer warriors to, get to praying for him like he does. The prayer, you can call your prayer warriors, but you're driving while going live on YouTube, reading comments with your face pointed down away from the road in front of you. It's disgusting. But I think that's about it. Yeah, I'll tap out of there. I'm pretty sure that's it. But no, I had a good time at Hive Life, regardless of what this meatball says. Hopefully he made it back safely. I don't know. Who knows? Let me fix this thing I have my feet on. Yeah. Yeah, so we got some, I thought I was bad, but we do have some really, really crummy slime balls in this community. They're not being the lighthouse like they say they should. It's just not good behavior. I may look at a video and say, this way of doing it is really silly, this and that. But I don't say that someone should get their ass beat. It's strange. But I get all the heat for it. But this absolute clown fart does everything, scot-free. No issues with it. If it wasn't for Bob, I wouldn't have any content. I mean, I would have some, but you are right. Bob and his clan do give me some good content. Time is Honey, the other goofball. So a bunch of his little camp over there does give me some content, but they could stop that at any time. So that was fun. 40 minutes. I think we covered everything. To anybody watching this on the replay, I'd love to hear your opinions on that live video. You can watch. You don't even really need to watch it in its entirety because I have all the good parts there. But yeah, just to reiterate, I wasn't sad. I had a good time. I thought it was great. Even though it was not geared for me, it was still good. I can still see the good parts of it. So I'm going to go ahead and tap out of here so it isn't an extremely long video. Everybody have a good night. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you on the next one.